I don't know this guy's 40 time off the top of my head. Maybe he does. Here on behalf of Verizon, a man who's certainly on the radar screens of so many NFL teams. He is Utah State quarterback Jordan Love. How are you, Jordan? How are you, sir? You doing well?
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I assume your 40 time is better than your Uber rating, correct? Jordan, or your Uber rating?
It is.
I bet it is.
I don't even know what my Uber rating is.
Well, here's what we'll do: is when this is done, you take a look at it and you just let me know, and you can text it, and I'm sure it's better than my 454. My gosh, how many NFL teams? How many NFL teams would you say you have spoken to, Jordan? Give me an estimate.
I mean, with the Senior Bowl and the Combine, I'd say I almost talked to everybody. But in this last month, I'd say I probably talked to about 10 teams.
So what have you been asked about the most? What do you think is the most common question you have been asked that might give people a window into your evaluation by NFL scouts?
Yeah, so for me, a question I get asked a lot is there's a lot about this last season, My numbers were a little different than the 2018 season, throwing 17 interceptions. So that's definitely a question. They want to find out why that happened.
What's your answer?
Going on. They just want to find out where my mindset was. What was that?
What's your answer to that?
I don't know. My answer is, I'm just trying to do too much out there on the field. Trying to force some balls that didn't need to be thrown, and trying to make every play when we didn't need it. That's the reason for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, I always thought that when again the XFL was playing and a quarterback throws an interception, and they would have a sideline reporter go right up to the quarterback and say what happened. Sometimes it's not your responsibility, but you pretty much as a quarterback have to take it all the time, because that's what everybody's looking for in the NFL, is to take responsibility for it. But that said, I mean, what do you think you have to tell evaluators that you've worked on that front?
Oh, I mean, it's huge just on decision making, being able to learn from those mistakes I made, and just being able to watch film and understand why I threw those picks, and how I can change that in the future.
How does a Southern California kid wind up in Utah State, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, when that's your only FBS offer, you got to go where you got to go. So, ended up going to Utah and enjoyed it out there.
So that was the only school that offered you? Is that what you're saying?
The only one. Yeah, I had some smaller schools, Eastern Washington, Sacramento State, schools like that. But then, Utah State was the only FBS one to offer.
Does that put a chip on your shoulder?
Oh, yeah, definitely put a chip on my shoulder. Coming out of high school, being a little under-recruited, and making my way out there, definitely put a chip on my shoulder.
What do you say when you hear comparisons to Patrick Mahomes, the ones that I hear, Jordan?
Oh, I mean, that's a huge comparison. I'm not even saying I'm worthy of that comparison at all. He's a fantastic player. I love watching him, but it is what it is. They're going to compare me to whoever they want to compare me to at the time. So I don't have an opinion on that. I play how I play. So yeah.
Jordan Love here on the Rich Eisen Show, the day of the 2020 NFL Draft. So, who was your guy growing up? Who have you modeled your game after, Jordan Love?
I had a lot of guys growing up. I'll say the main one I grew up watching was Michael Vick. Love watching him, had the shoes growing up, and all that. So that was a huge part. But me, I watched everybody, Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, just trying to take bits and pieces of their game.
Have you been connected with any of those guys? Have you spoken with any of those guys before or since?
Peyton Manning. I was out there at the Manning Pass Academy camp over the summer. Mm-hmm. So Peyton and Eli were out there, and I was able to, chat it up with them and be out there working out with them. So that was a pretty cool experience.
Well, what'd you pick up from them? What pieces of advice did they give you that you were able to take and maybe put into real time for you?
Oh, for me, I mean, I picked up a lot. They're dropping just little knowledge bombs on us all week. Whether we're out there throwing on the field, fundamentals. We got a little classroom time where we can go in there and just pick their brains and ask some questions, about how they watch film, how they study, and just try and get better every year. So I was able to learn a lot from them.
What's the strangest question you were asked in this combine evaluation period, Jordan Love?
Yeah, for me, I was kind of bummed I didn't get asked any crazy questions. I was hearing about them and whatnot, but I didn't get asked any ones. But the craziest one I heard somebody got asked was, he was up there drawing a play up for the coaches, and one of the coaches said, "What would you do if I punched you in the face right now?"
So, Jordan, what would you do if I punched you in the face right now, Jordan?
Hey, I'd have to take it right now, I guess.
Oh,
I'll always
man.
remember that. If I was
Are you serious? Are you serious? A coach from like
hey, that's the political answer right there.
Are you? I mean, are you so? A kid is drawing up a play. This is at the combine, then I imagine. If we're talking about face to face and an actual threat that to carry out physical contact would be feasible. So that's what you heard. You heard that from the prospect who was asked that very question.
Yeah.
So then
they throw some crazy questions at you just to try and get in your head and see how you react to things in different situations. For me, one of the ones they threw they said like 5 different words instead of just say the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of it. So that was different for me, but they just kind of want to see how you react to it.
Right. Yeah. I don't know what you glean out of that, but so last one for you on that. So I imagine it's a fellow member of the quarterback class of the 2020 draft who got asked that question.
No, it wasn't a quarterback. This is one of the guys I was down there training with. I can't even think which one it was. We're in a big room doing all the whiteboard stuff and classroom stuff, and we were just talking about questions we got asked.
All right.
Yeah.
So before I let you go, Jordan, what is the one thing you've heard about your evaluation that you think is unfair that I could give you the floor right now here on the Rich Eisen Show to address and say, you know what, I don't think that part of my evaluation is accurate, and I'd like to, on behalf of myself and everybody that's on Team Jordan Love, correct that before the draft tonight?
Oh, man. I mean, maybe that I'm not, maybe smart enough to play in the NFL, able to break down defenses and, learn an NFL offense just based on, the offense I ran in Utah State, the no huddle tempo offense, not the huddle. So I guess that'd be it for me. But, letting people understand it. I mean, I'm a quarterback. I play this position, and, I'm smart enough to be able to understand the offense and break down defenses just like the rest of them. So.
And you're here on behalf of Verizon. They're helping you get everybody together for your drafting tonight, essentially?
Oh, yeah. Verizon, they helped me a lot. As you know, the draft is, at our house, small groups of quarantine going on. So Verizon just helped me, stay connected with everybody, with, give me a phone to be able to, talk to my friends and my family that aren't able to be with me. So they're helping me out a lot.
Well, Jordan, we've never met. This is the first time that we have. I imagine this is going to be the first of many. And I will unsolicitedly tell you, as a veteran of being around drafts, if you're, I hope you get drafted as high as you want. If your draft night may be longer than you would like or expect, some of the all-time greats have waited a very long time to hear their name called. And last year's MVP of the league, somebody traded up and snagged him in the very end of the first round. So, if your night is a little longer than you'd expect or want it to be, just take heart. You are not the first, and there are many before you that have done great things. I'll just throw that out.
Yes, sir. I know that. I'm ready for it.
Okay, Jordan. We'll chat soon, okay?
All right. Thank you.
You bet. That's Jordan Love on behalf of Verizon from Utah State here on the Rich Eisen Show on the draft night. Just figured I'd throw that out there. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.